just a bachelor. I'm looking for a partner, someone who knows how to.
This is going to be my review for the movie Magic Mike from 2012. Honestly, I'm not really sure why I watched this movie. I just watched it like last weekend, but it was on Netflix, and I was kind of in the mood for. I wanted to see something kind of like a party movie, and I figured this would have that vibe. I know it's mostly geared towards women. It's about male strippers and all that, but at the same time, it has a lot going for it. Really strong cast, and more than anything, I had heard it was pretty good. And it's directed by Steven Soderbergh. He's a amazing filmmaker. So from some of the Ocean's 11 movies, but like Solaris and Traffic, he's really good. Before this, I saw Contagion. It's from 2011, and that was really good. So then he did this the next year, 2012. So this was the last movie I've seen of his, or the most recent, I should say. I haven't seen Side Effects or Behind the Candelabra yet. But that was like the biggest draw for me was Steven Soderbergh and a pretty good cast. So most people probably know Magic Mike is played by Channing Tatum. He's pretty well known at this point, pretty big star. And he's a male stripper, Tampa, Florida. And some of the other guys that work with him, Matthew McConaughey, of course, is like the owner. The ringleader is a little bit older, but he has a couple scenes where he dances as well or does his routine. Who else? I got like Kevin Nash, like a wrestler. He's one of the guys. Joe Manganiello from True Blood. He's a pretty big, popular actor now. Another one of the strippers. But then like the main story is about Alex Pettyfer, a young guy. He's like 18, 19, and he is on a construction site with Magic Mike one day. And so Mike does like multiple jobs. He does like roofing, a detailing job. We never actually see him do detailing, but he says he has that as a business, and the stripping, of course. So Alex Pettyfer's character Adam is roofing with Magic Mike, and then he sees him later going to a club, asks him if he can get him in. And then later, Mike goes to work at the strip club and brings the kid with him. And then somebody gets sick, and so they put Adam onto the stage and make him fill the spot. And that's kind of like they start a friendship, and then you get like this romance kind of thrown in there. So Adam has a sister, Brooke, played by Cody Horn, who I'd seen in. She was in a couple episodes of The Office before this, and then right around the same time she did End of Watch. Hasn't been in too much else, but so she's like becomes a little bit of the romantic love interest for Mike later. Doesn't really pan out like most movies do, but Mike's whole big thing, he's like getting older. He's like 30 and doesn't want to be the stripping the whole time, but really wants to do furniture making, just can't get a loan to make it work because of like his job and whatever. The bank doesn't really give him a great reason, just because he has bad credit, I guess. That's what he wants to do, but then, he keeps getting sidetracked by certain things. A lot of that comes into effect with Adam. Kind of gets really cocky because he's getting more popular as this male stripper and starts doing some shady things involving drugs and stuff. But overall, I was hoping to be like kind of like a party movie. It's not really that fun of a movie, but it's okay. The acting's kind of faulty at times. There are certain scenes where Channing Tatum doesn't really sell it very well. That he's a great actor doing this, and it's kind of funny because this is kind of partially based on Channing Tatum's real life. Did like male stripping when he was younger, but his acting's not always 100% great. Same with like Cody Horn. She can be kind of so-so, and then Alex Pettyfer's he's okay as well. No one he's really knocking out of the park. Matthew McConaughey is probably the strongest presence, and that's probably be expected. He's the best actor out of any of them. So he has some good scenes. Other than that, Channing Tatum's really the only one that does like real credible acting. And I knew he was like a good dancer going into this. He'd done on the couple of the Step Up movies, but I never seen those. So I was like, okay, I knew he'd be good, and he is really good. So he has like 3 pretty big dance sequences. Guy can dance his ass off. He's really good. Everybody else doesn't have great dance scenes. They're all kind of shown very shortly, like what their scenarios or skits would be, but nobody else is like really doing the same kind of dancing, not nearly at the same level. So that's just kind of whatever for everybody else. It has like the movie has a very like a yellow filter effect the whole time, pretty much the whole time. That's a very Soderbergh type of thing to do. He also is like the cinematographer for most of his movies, so he did that. That was a big thing that he did like in Traffic. He would have a different like filter throughout each storyline. So like the one in the U.S. with like Topher Grace and stuff was like blue, and then a lot of the scenes with Benicio del Toro and Mexico was all yellow, and this one just kind of has a yellow filter. He's known for that. I feel like that's a thing in Contagion as well. It doesn't do anything for the movie in my opinion. He's not contrasting it with like other colors for different scenarios. Just everything's just kind of yellow. So that's kind of whatever. It's got its moments. There's some funny parts. I wouldn't recommend it though. I'm giving it like a 2.75 out of 5. So it's not horrible, but I don't know. Maybe just because like I'm a guy, it wasn't great. But I don't even like the male dancing parts are okay. I feel like you could see more Channing Tatum dancing in the Step Up movies. I would assume. Like I said, I haven't seen them, but I have a feeling you could get your fill of him dancing from that better than here. But I don't know. That's my opinion. There's a couple other movies that I thought of while watching it, like The Full Monty is the only other movie I could think of about male stripping, and that's like just a full British comedy about it. Then maybe like just kind of like Striptease or Flashdance, the story of strippers wanting to be something more or doing something else with their lives. Of course, the big difference is that these are male strippers here. So, yeah, I think that'll be it. So, 2.75.